So, hello, my beautiful people of YouTube. 1975 child here for a little bit talking to you. I'm going to rant a little bit about a situation that I know a lot of us go through, but I guess none of us speak about it. So, I'm dating somebody. Well, I don't know what you want to call it. I call it dating because I don't consider it a real relationship. I don't consider it a serious relationship. It is a real relationship. I just don't consider it a serious relationship. And I don't consider it a serious relationship because I haven't put my 100 into it. Only because I want to leave out of the state and I don't want to have that follow behind me or anything like that, a relationship follow behind me, because of the fact that I don't want to break nobody's heart and I don't want my heart broken either. Especially knowing that I want to leave out of Massachusetts, you know? With that all being said, so here's my situation. He has more all of his heart into it than I do. He gets upset and gravitates to negativity a lot. If you ask me a question and I answer it with attitude or aggression, that attitude and aggression doesn't come to you. Didn't you ask me a question? Sometimes the question that you might have asked me pertained to whatever we were talking about or the conversation we were having, whatever the case might have been, but it had to do with the question, not the person. So please be in mind when when we go through these things, men and women go through them. Like, don't assume, don't assume that the situation is on you. You ask that person a question. They might have came out aggressively, however it was, but it wasn't pertain to you in specifics. It was literally to the question. This is where a lot of confusion of conversations go. People have opinions. People have their say, he say, she say, bullshit, 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 bullshit. Okay. So many people have feelings out here. Now, I was born in an era that I don't know what that shit is, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. But I was diagnosed with PTSD. Now, with that being said, there wasn't no psychiatrist when I was growing up. There was ass whoopings. There was no such thing as ADHD. And considering ADHD is just a trait anyway, we'll get into another conversation about that. All right. How do I put this in such a nice way? I think everybody has the right state of mind when they speak, even if it's aggressively, however they speak with their hands. People don't like it when people talk with their hands. They feel like that's a disrespect. So what? Who they disrespecting? You for what? What have you given to that person for them, or what have you not given to them for to allow them to disrespect you or not to to give out disrespect? Explain to me that. Like, giving respect is just by a simple hello. Hello. I don't know that person. Apparently, I'm just saying hello to a person that I randomly don't know. I'm giving them that attention, that respect to say hello and the gratitude, hopeful that they will give it back. When you get it back, you're like, hey, I feel good, right? Feels good. So, my conversation and my situation is I was asked a question, I answered it aggressively, and then they called me a bitch. See my face? Now, I'm trying to be as positive as I could about the situation. But considering I have PTSD, the word bitch to me came from another. Cool. It came from the left. So the whole conversation that we were having and that I was saying went to the south. It went out the fucking door. Door. It went out straight out the motherfucking door. Okay? And the word bitch just stayed. So, I let that person know that was a foul of disrespect. I don't want to have a conversation with you and have a great night. Conversation ends. I hang up. Now you're calling me for what? To justify what? Please explain to me what you were about to justify, right? Now I'm talking to somebody else who's very important to me, my mama. Right? I was talking, and the calls kept coming in, and I'm like, what the heebie-jeebie? I tell my mom, I said, Mom, let me call you later, or call you tomorrow, whatever. I just checking up on you anyway, see how you doing, X, Y, Z, yada yada yada. She's like, all right, está bien, nena, no problem. Está bien, mami, bendición. Dios te bendiga, nena. Amen. Hang up the phone. Call the person. I'm like, what's up? Now I have attitude. I never had attitude with you until you called me a bitch, right? Am I right? Fair to say? Okay. I'm just saying. So, person's like, oh, let me just explain, yada, yada, yada. I was like, look, I was talking to my mother. I hung up with her to call you because you were being a nuisance. Not being a jerk, not, you're just being a nuisance. Okay. Oh, let me explain. Explain what? I don't want to hear it. I asked you to to explain to make me understand how the question you asked me affected you in any way possible, because the question you asked me had to do with me and my own situation. So why would I be called a bitch if you asked me the question? I really want to know where it's allowed in conversation that a person can be called names when the conversation had nothing to do with the person itself. That's my confusion. Don't know how, don't know where it comes from, but it's interesting. So, I don't dwell on things because I never do. My brain mechanism, the way my brain works, is once you say something to me that can kill a stone or hit a core, it's like a sticky note inside my brain. Don't dwell on it. I just know it's there. So now our relationship has another wall. I already had a wall because I'm trying to leave out of Boston. And I'm still trying to, keep it going, keep it, just keep it settling, right? Why the why does the person try to make you feel guilty for what they already knew?
Handcuffed in the back of a police car, now gaining national attention
I'm just
and
asking.
sparking local outrage. More than 100 people
I
marching and
really
protesting
have
New
to
York.
understand the fact that a person asks another person in a conversation, simple conversation, a question about their situation. And because they answered it so aggressively, they're a bitch. Or they're an asshole. Whatever the name it was been called, they called it.
And we need to change that.
The way my brain works, I can forgive, but I won't forget. And I can forget until I hear it again.
This is a child.
And I should have never heard it the first time. But if you hear it the second time and the third time, and then try to reverse the psychology and make you try to feel guilty for something that you have no knowledge on why you were called the name in the first place. That's what's incredible about the situation, isn't it? You are like flabbergastingly lost in the world that you know your conversation went from one thing, then bah, to be called. You're like, what? Hold on. What's going on here?
Introducing Go Rewards, Stop and Shop's enhanced rewards program.
I clearly don't invite people to my house unless I want to.
Go to stopandshop.com.
And it's been less and less over the years. Not because I don't like entertaining.
2 carat, 12.50 per carat plus 1 carat stock.
I just don't like entertaining the drama.
Thousands of TIA diamonds. Buy direct. The jewelry exchange subsidy.
So even if I'm dating you and you have your place and I have mine, because you may have a toothbrush in my medicine cabinet, not hanging, in my medicine cabinet, don't assume we're in a relationship.
And think of the money people will be saving with the energy.
Know you're in a relationship with me when you have a drawer, when your toothbrush is actually hanging up, and they see it when they come to the house, those people, and they ask, hey, you got a second toothbrush, who's here? And you'd be so proud to be like, oh, my boo. You know, I don't get that. I haven't found that in a long time. I really haven't.
At least Geico makes
I will. Jesus got my back. Allah got my back. They do.
Citizens fix the flow of your life with convenience and
But I have to clearly say, my rant is this. If you're asking somebody a question and you're not listening to your own question and then throw your feelings into their aggressive spoken word, just shut the fuck up and never ask the question again.
Citizens made ready.
That's all I gotta say.